G'day guys and welcome back to MotoringBox. I'm Sean McKellar and this is my BA Mark II XR6 Turbo. Today's video is going to be a little bit different to my usual fare because tonight we're going lapping. So some of my regular viewers might recall that in the past I've talked about the lapping that goes on in Ipswich every Thursday night after 9 PM. And I've always wanted to go and check it out and I've finally got the car for the job. So this video was actually filmed prior to me releasing the video announcing that I bought an XR6 Turbo, so nobody knows currently that I own this car. So tonight I'm going to go in a disguise to help keep my anonymity and help blend in with the local population.
No rest, no, I've been down so long that my mind can't get no rest, no, this ain't easy, darling, 'cause the devil's on my trail. I've been running so long.
Alright, we are thundering down into the centre of Ipswich, guys. There is liquid horsepower falling from the sky, and I just know tonight's going to be epic. There's going to be lots of P-platers in their VE SV6 utes, cutting sick, getting sideways. I can't wait. It's been a long time coming, you know, I didn't even realise the Ipswich Lappers were still a thing, but apparently it is, and Thursday night is the night where it all goes on. So here I am, it's just gone 9:10 PM. So let's see what the Lappers have in store for me. Oh, looks like a murder going on back there. A couple of cop cars and an ambulance. So as I alluded to in the video you would have seen before this one, the clutch in this BA Mark II XR6 Turbo is kind of on the way out. But in the meantime, if I just drive around normally off boost, I think it's going to hold up fine because it's not flaring or anything in normal everyday driving. It's just literally when it gets on boost, it just can't handle the power. So it's going to keep me well behaved tonight, and I think that's probably a good thing because the laps happen down here every Thursday night, and of course the biggest police station I've ever seen, Ipswich Police Station, is literally just off the main drag. So of course the cops know all about this innuendo that happens down here, and they're definitely going to be out and about picking up anyone who's causing mischief. Got some guys here with their VZ by the look of it. There's a Hyundai S Coupe with a massive wing. Hopefully that's not setting the tone for the rest of the night, otherwise that is going to be very disappointing indeed. Oh, hello. Is this an RBT? Our night might be off to a bit of a rough start. Okay, looks like they're not going to get pulled up. I haven't had any drinks tonight. Oh, old mate and his commo. Might be copping a defect. Jeez, we're going to be in for a rough night if they're setting up on the track. I wonder if there's like, you think of Ipswich as a racetrack, I wonder if there's like a shorter configuration that we can race on instead of, not race, that we can cruise on instead of cruising on through here. So let's cruise on around, see what's going on. Pretty tame so far. They got old mate P-plater and a Golf beside me. Sounded like I had a bit of an exhaust on it, but you know, I want a bit more than that. Not very exciting. I see a couple of guys on the side of the road parked up, just having a chat. I suppose that's probably a bit safer than cruising around. There's a couple of guys in their patrol utes. Disappointing. You know, I dressed up, I went to all this effort to get a mullet wig, and I even had to go to Rivers to get this flanny. But you know, it's all for nothing. You know, I could have just come down here normally and I don't think anyone would have recognized me anyway, because there's just not many people here. There's like a P-plater and an R34 GT sedan. I used to have the GTT sedan, turbocharged one. That one's just an NA. You can hear it's an auto as well. It's just droning away. His wheels are also a really strange offset. They're sitting in really far, which makes it look really awkward. I don't know what they look like from the side, but from the back, geez, it looks a bit weird. I used to think the R34 sedan looked really modern. You know, when I owned one, it was like 2007, and I sold it in 2012, and back then I was convinced, you know, this still looks like a modern day car. And I don't know, I look at them now and they just look incredibly dated. I suppose they're a 20-year-old design now. It's funny, when you get older, you don't think of these cars as being old. You know, this XR6 Turbo that I'm in, it's a Mark II 2004, it's 16 years old. It must be one of those things that happens as you get old, you know. You grew up, and I was actually, shit, how old was I? I would have been 20 when this car came out. Motorcycle cop again. Yeah, I would have been 20 when this car came out, and you know, it just seems like yesterday. But no, it was 16 years ago. I'm giving away my age. But yeah, judging by the cars I've seen so far, I'm probably about 16 years too old for the crowd that's hanging out here tonight. But you know, you can't do anything about that. But let's cruise on down here. Hopefully I don't get picked up by the RBT. They're still there, but I'm hoping that commo is probably keeping them busy. Change into third, get me revs down. It's pretty quiet exhaust, this one. Yeah, they're still busy with him. They're having a chat. I wonder what's wrong. Maybe he didn't have a license or rego or something. His old mate in the R34 again. You know, the wheels don't look too bad from the side. I can see why he's got them. But they probably need, I was going to say spacers. I know spacers are illegal. But yeah, there's just something not right about that, mate. I shouldn't judge, you know, everyone's got different tastes. I'm getting a bit old now, so I'm probably not up to date with what the P-platers like these days. Maybe positive offset wheels are where it's at. I don't know. Apparently, I was doing a bit of reading about the Lappers, and apparently this has been a thing since either the 1950s or the 1960s. And if that's true, why hasn't Ipswich done anything to capitalise on that? I mean, they could have had food vans down here, they could have had things for children. You know, turn it into something. If there are people actually coming down here on a Thursday night when everything's shut, why don't they do something with it? Like, there's no one around here to piss off. You could just turn this into the cruising capital of southeast Queensland. How sick would that be? Oh, I just said sick. I actually sold my R34 GT Turbo. It was the same colour as that. It didn't have a wing, anything stupid like that on it. I sold that one in 2012, and they really were probably at the bottom of their value at that point. So, as is usually the way with cars, I got out just when the going was starting to get good. But you know, that's life, and as you saw with my VT Calais that I moved on recently, you just can't keep them all, unfortunately. In a perfect world, I'd have a massive, you know, 10-bay shed or something. Bit of a man cave, you know, but I just don't have that cash. The good old BA XR6 Turbo is going to have to do it for now. I am quite excited to get the clutch in this car upgraded, or at least repaired like for like with whatever's in there now. Because when this car gets on boost, even though it is only the 240T, you know, 240 kilowatts, it has a real satisfying kick to it, and that's exactly when the clutch starts slipping in this car. Yeah, this RBT is really ruining the laps for everyone. If you just came through this right-hand lane, you can just bypass everything. They're really giving that combo a once-over, I'll tell you what. Wasn't that smart, going through the right-hand lane? I tell you what, I could get quite a few laps if I just stick to the right-hand lane. We've got a VZ combo beside me. I've got a P-plater in a, what's that, a Focus? Probably some sort of small displacement turbocharged unit. But you know, they're having fun. We got to behave ourselves though, otherwise I'm sure that motorcycle cop will just suddenly jump out of nowhere with his lights flashing and chase us down, bludgeon us to death with a rock or something. You look pretty angry. There definitely seems to be more people in like Hilux utes and patrols than Commos and Falcons. You know, it's a really weird kind of a vibe. And apart from the RBT, the only other cars I've seen being pulled over have actually been four-wheel drives and utes. Let's go check out the Maccas, hey? I don't really want to stop and get out and talk to anyone because even though this is one of the most epic disguises I've ever come up with, I don't think it's going to hold up under close inspection. You know, this mullet is amazing, but it's definitely going to raise a few eyebrows if I get out with it, so we'll just cruise on through. There's old mate with his Focus. We've got a P-plater BA or BF ute. Again, I think I'm far too old for this. So I might cruise around one more time. Otherwise I got to work tomorrow, so there's only so many laps I'm willing to put down here for little to no benefit. How you going?
Any alcohol at all this evening?
Nah, nothing. Thank you, you too. You know, I like the cops because you think about it, what we would do without them. You know, they've got a really thankless job. And I think a lot of people who slam the police, they don't think about like, hey, how you going?
Who's this?
Nah, mate, she's got a shit clutch.
Well, you got all the GoPros.
Yeah. I came down here to film some shit and there's nothing going on. Yeah, I know. I wish.
Come on.
Ah, that's funny. Ipswich, why do you do this to me? You know, I was just saying some good things about the cops too, and then that guy just called them dogs. It's just gone 9:52 p.m. I'm going to give the Lappers probably about another 8 minutes and then I am gone. Because, you know, I've got to work tomorrow, I've got to make the money, bring the cash in to buy myself a new clutch. Man, that's going to be expensive. The decent clutch for one of these goes for about anywhere from $1,000 to about $1,400. And then you got to get it installed as well. I'm not going to do that. I'm not one to be laying down under a car, pulling out a gearbox with a car on jack stands. You know, I'm 36 years old. That's not where it's at for me, unfortunately. Disappointed. I don't think it's going to get any better than this, guys. RBT's still down there. I'm going to go this way. Maybe this is like the extended version of the circuit. Down past the pub. Yeah, this is definitely like the extended circuit. Because if I go up here past, what's that, a train station? If I go up past here, I'll pretty much come out just on the downhill of where the RBT is set up. Genius. It's all here in the square. If only that was true. I wonder what is all there? Drugs? Violence? I suppose. It is all there. I'm probably going to call it a night, guys. This is pretty boring. But look, I'll give it another shot in the future. I'll wait till the weather's good and I'll come down here again. The disguise is not going to work because I filmed this video before my announcement video got published for this car, so nobody knows right at the moment that I own a BA XR6 Turbo. But next time I come down here, everyone's going to know, so the disguise ain't going to work anywhere near as good. So what do you reckon, guys? Did you enjoy the video? I know I kind of bombed out a little bit, but I hope you enjoyed it. I'm really loving the XR6 Turbo. Even though the clutch does need to be replaced, this car is fantastic. It drives super smoothly on the road, and it really is like an AU Falcon on steroids, I think. The BA really was a car which the AU probably should have looked like all the way along. But you know, we can't rewrite history, and perhaps if we didn't have the AU with its distinctive roofline and everything that came along with it, perhaps the BA Falcon would have looked completely different. So we need to be really thankful that the AU Falcon exists. I still love the shit out of them too. It was a really bit of a shit night. Not many cars. The RBT was just running on the main street the entire time. But you know, at least we had a bit of a cruise. Saw a few cars. Had a bit of a laugh, and hopefully we'll do better next time. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop a comment, drop a like, all the shit that you should be doing that I never talk about. And I'll see you next time.